Welcome to a special holiday edition of Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News.
We come to you today from just outside the OHS library, and here's what you'll see on today's show.
We'll see an OHS club that took its annual holiday promotion to a local business.
We'll check out one of Santa's secret helpers.
And we'll visit with an OHS alum who's living his dream.
We'll have all that and much more on today's special holiday edition of Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News.
And it all starts now.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News. I'm Adam Zaff.
And I'm Jordan Basita. We told you earlier this semester that a majority of the OHS faculty did not care for C-Days. So what's happening now with C-Days? Here's the story.
As you know, Oakville's made some big changes by adding C-Days into the schedule. However, they've been quite unpopular with students and staff.
It's somewhat more difficult because teachers had to, they were used to 5 B days, and then they had to make some changes, and it became very difficult to do that.
We found some issues, a few other issues that came up along the way. Bigger schools, it's a little easier to run. Facilities, if you have the right facilities, it's easier to run. Well, we don't have those facilities.
In doing more research, we've kind of decided that maybe the flex schedule wasn't the best option.
After months of hard work, the OHS Scheduling Committee finally decided on what to propose.
So through the vote of the committee, the consensus was that we did not want to move forward with the flex schedule. It was overwhelmingly in that vote.
We haven't found any districts that are using it that are having higher success rates than what we're having using the block schedule. And the trend is leaning towards more and more school districts are adopting a block schedule, so we really had to kind of think about why would we be wanting to get away from something that so many other districts are wanting to emulate.
So, what exactly happens next for Oakville?
Ultimately, the school board can tell us this is what's going to happen or that's what's going to happen. All we're doing as a committee is saying we don't think it's a good idea to move forward with this anymore.
With Adam Zaff behind the camera, I'm John Valenti for Channel 97 News.
The committee presented its proposal to the Board of Education last night. Check out the Melville School District website for more details on their final decision.
And we'll be right back after these important announcements.
Hello, Oakville. Here is the news you need to know. Student Council's Cookies, Cocoa, and Cramming is Tuesday, December 19th, 2:30 to 4 in the cafeteria. Come for free cookies and cocoa and some help from your teachers before finals. NHS is sponsoring a fundraiser for Crisis Nursery December 19th during all lunches. Pay $1 to get a piece of duct tape to tape Brennan, Bullington, or Biot to the wall. It's time to start thinking about the Sadie Hawkins Winter Formal. The dance will be January 27th, 2018 from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are only $10. If you're interested in being crowned Winter Formal King or Queen, post a picture or video of your cutest proposal on Instagram using the hashtag OHS Winter Formal 2018 to enter yourself and one other person from Oakville into the competition. Whoever gets the most likes by the time of the dance will be crowned King and Queen. Remember, Sadie Hawkins means girls ask guys, so girls, start thinking of who you'll ask and how you'll ask them. Time is running out to buy a 2018 yearbook at a discounted price. The price jumps up $5 after December 31st. Get your order forms in the main office or in room 234. Now let's hand it over to Lewis and Caden for information about Oakville's Got Talent.
Hey everybody, the Oakville's Got Talent show is back.
Auditions are Friday, January 12th at 2:30 in the OHS Choir Room, or room 124.
We will collect a $5 entry fee at the time of your audition.
But there will be a whopping $100 cash prize for the overall winner.
To sign up, contact Miss Ayers at ayresc@melvilleschooldistrict.net.
For more information, be sure to check out the flyers that are hanging around the school.
So show us what you've got, Oakville.
Do you have what it takes?
An OHS club teamed up with a local pet store for their holiday promotion.
Let's take a look.
You may recognize this store in Oakville, but what you may not know is how it connects into our community. Pet Supplies Plus is a new kind of pet store.
Pet Supplies Plus is no hassle, no waiting in long lines.
The owners of this establishment are residents of Oakville, and they are no strangers to the students of OHS.
My husband and I decided to be one of the owners, and we have some good friends that joined our team, Pat and Jim Michaels. Both families have lived in Oakville for over 20 years, and we really just wanted to open a pet store that where you can get, it's big enough to where you can get all your supplies that you need, but small enough to provide good customer service.
Pet Supplies Plus has teamed up with a club at Oakville to give back to the community. Let's dig into this event.
Presents for Paws is a St. Louis area collection for 5 local animal welfare groups. 4 of them are shelters, and 1 of them is a food pantry. Just like a human food pantry, pet owners can go there if they need help getting supplies to keep their pets.
So I'm part of SCCLA, which is at Oakville, and I also work at Pet Supplies Plus, and so when we talked about the Presents for Paws, I was like, oh, my work would be a great place. All my bosses are really awesome. They would definitely love to have it. So.
Presents for Paws raised money and gave gifts to 7 animal shelters and help groups. It gave animals in need a chance to have a better Christmas.
Presents for Paws has been a really successful event, and I'm really happy that we hosted it here at Pet Supplies Plus.
Thank you to Pet Supplies Plus, FCCLA, and everyone who donated for making this Christmas a little jollier for these animals. With Hayden Kirkpatrick behind the camera, I'm Abby Martino for Channel 97 News.
Hey, did that jolly fella in the last story look a little familiar to you?
Yeah, I think I've seen him at lunch.
Jess, Emma, and Phoebe have the story.
Here at Oakville, there are many interesting students, but there is one in particular that stands out at this time of year.
So during the holiday season, Santa's really busy, so he recruits my company, Santa Claus of St. Louis, to come help with filling the children's wishes and hearing them, taking pictures, doing commercials, everything.
So the question is, how did Jacob start on this jolly adventure?
When I was really young, we used to have a man at our church. He would play Santa on the Christmas Eve service, so the midnight service. And then I actually did that 1 year, a few years ago. And then he just got me started from there.
Not only does he work as Santa's helper, he also creates the magic that happens behind the scenes.
I design and sew all of my own suits, and I also make all of the rest of the costumes and outfits for my entire company. So Mrs. Claus, all the elves. I prefer the happiness that all the children get when Santa's there.
With Jess Anderson and Emma Miller behind the camera, I'm Phoebe Rodenbeck for Channel 97 News.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho!
Adam, what are you doing?
I want to work for Santa too, so I'm heading to the North Pole.
No, you're not. We still got a show to do.
Fine.
Now, if you like the Polar Express, you're gonna love this next story.
We're here inside of St. Louis's very own Union Station, where hundreds of families are lining up for the Polar Express experience, filled with hot chocolate, Christmas magic, and a familiar face.
Now, who wants hot chocolate?
I'm with an agency called Talent Plus right now, and I recently joined them probably early September. They sent me an email. They told me, hey, there's this opening with the Polar Express. We need a lot of people. We need chefs, elves. They were mainly just looking for people that were really outgoing and really easy to connect with other people and to entertain people. And I thought to myself, hey, I could do that. I said, hey, let me be a chef, and I'll just roll with it. We get to serve them cookies, and then we actually do the hot chocolate song right when the train starts to depart from Union Station off to the North Pole.
Soon you got hot chocolate. Oh, yes!
After the hot chocolate song, through the Polar Express train cart speaker, there is a narrator narrating the book. At that point, we're almost at the North Pole. Once we get there, there's like a huge light show. Santa is there waving at you. The train actually goes backwards, and then it's like a huge dance party. Everyone's up having a good time, and then Santa actually comes on board later on.
Santa! Santa! Santa!
And he gives everyone a silver bell, which is like from the Polar Express. It's the first gift of Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy
In the end, you know that people are leaving with a smile on their face, and it just changes their life.
Reporting from Union Station with Sophia and Delicato, I'm Taylor Zapp for Channel 97 News.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can see Caden on the Arctic Circle train through the rest of December. Check the Polar Express website for details.
Now, let's check in with Curtis Schmidt for our sports roundup.
Hi, with Jennifer Sella behind the camera, I'm Curtis Schmidt for this holiday edition of your Winter Sports Roundup. Starting off with girls swim, freshman Meg Hevro qualified for state in the 200 individual medley. She credits her teammates for much of her success.
They go at the end of the lane and they cheer for everyone. The Oakville girls, they're really they have a lot of school spirit and they're good about that.
Next with wrestling, with their season just starting, the Tigers hosted the Oakville tournament and sophomore Nathan Becker took first overall. The girls' season has been off to a great start with a 44-33 win against Koryezu for the first time in 9 years. They also won the DeSoto tournament and currently hold a record of 4-2. Boys' basketball season has just begun with a win against Pattonville for the home opener, 60-44, with senior Brendan Gilman as leading scorer with 19 points. Oakville hockey is off to a good start with an 11-5-1 record and close wins against Shama Viana. One key player this year is sophomore Chase Bradley. Let's see what he has to say about the season and the fans.
This year we were able to beat some of these private schools, which will help the team further in playoffs. The fans are great. There's a lot of fans showing up to every game. They cheer us on a lot and it helps us as players.
Now let's take a look at a special story about one former Oakville football player. Kenzie and Taylor have the story.
Adam Rowland is an Oakville High School graduate who dreamed of playing football all his life. When Adam was making a decision to continue his football career, he had one school in mind.
Once I started playing, I knew I wanted to come and play at Missouri. I had a couple of conversations with some smaller schools, and I kind of passed on them and sent Mizzou my huddle tape and my highlights, and just kind of went on a whim, and I got an email from Coach Ford just saying, we've got a walk-on spot for you if you want. You can come to camp your freshman year.
Adam loved Mizzou because of a family connection. His grandfather, Johnny Rowland, was an All-American at Mizzou. He was a Rookie of the Year in the National Football League. His number, 23, is retired at Mizzou.
The idea that Adam got to play at the zoo on Perot Field, on the same field that my dad got to play on all those years ago, one of those feelings that you just can't describe.
Adam was a preferred walk-on for the Mizzou football team for 4 years. He played in just one game in 2016 against Delaware State.
Coach Ellerby came up to me and said, hey, come over here, you're going in for this last drive on offense. And it's kind of one of those things where you just lose perspective. Just such a cool experience being able to go do something that so many people strive to do.
Adam's dream came true, and on November 11th, 2017, he strolled onto the field on senior night.
An offensive lineman from St. Louis, Missouri, number 61, Adam Rowland. Greeted by his parents, Holly and John, and his grandfather, Johnny.
It's the culmination of everything that Adam wanted to do since he started playing football at age 7.
I come out and I work every day, especially knowing that I'm not going to be able to get into games. That's what I want to try to be remembered for in this program. Obviously not for playing time and snaps and things like that, but just being the ultimate team player.
His academics have just been stellar. He's earned the prestigious award of the SEC Honor Roll each of the last couple of years. The fact that he was able to do that as well as maintain the rigorous schedule of being a football player, very, very proud of that. Just
every Saturday that we're in the stadium, being able to look out to the right over the 25-yard line and see my grandpa's name, that's something that I hold close to my heart every time I come out of the tunnel.
I told him I was real proud of him, that he was, for his intestinal fortitude, always wanted to strive to be a starter or be a positional player. But if it wasn't to happen, be a good teammate.
You learn so many things that aren't about football being in a program like this, and those are just so much more special than being able to say that you're a part of the Missouri football team.
Reporting from Columbia, Missouri, I'm Mackenzie Knapp from Channel 97 News.
Best of luck to Adam as he moves on from the University of Missouri.
Now, if you have a good eye, you might have seen one of Santa's elves throughout our show.
That's right, and here she is.
Hey guys, I got so caught up in the holiday spirit of this broadcast. Well, let me show you. Some of you may not have been able to spot me throughout this month's broadcast. Let's see if you can spot the elf Fent in the room. See guys, I've been here all along.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News. We hope you join us for our next broadcast in January.
If you'd like to see more of our content and stay up to date on what's happening at Oakville, visit myohsonline.com.
We recommend that every student has it bookmarked on their browser so they could check it out anytime they'd like. We post news stories all of the time. Thank you for joining us, Oakville. I'm Adam Zaff.
And I'm Jordan Basita. And remember, Oakville, keep
your eyes on the Tigers.
And I'll be keeping my eyes on all of you.
Happy holidays!
Placement, test, basement quest?
You think that's murder?
I don't know. Point your flashlight at it.
Guys? Corey! What happened? We thought you were dead.
Well, it was a long story.